Alright, Chapter 7, Staying a Non-Smoker. Day 1, as a non-smoker was okay, right? Face it, you really didn't miss having a cigarette, did you? Well, at least your clothes weren't permeated with the smell of smoke. Inside your vehicle was all trashed up with cigarette butts. The fog in your house apparently has lifted, and your overall personality didn't suffer because you didn't smoke yesterday. If anything, your personality is starting to improve. If day 1 was great, then day 2 match. What about day 3, day 4, and so on? Yes, succeeding days will even get better. The reason and strategy quite simple. You'll be repeating everything you did on the day 1 rest of the days of the non-smoker. In other words, you'll be developing new habits, ones that will keep you off the cigarettes. There'll be some exemptions for at least the weeks following the S-Day. Daily contact your support group won't be necessary. That's not to say that if you need to talk with a group you can't, but after the 4-week period, all you have to develop your routines, your however you want to make the group a minimum for once a week. After 6 months, you and the group can determine how often you need to meet. We do have a warning, though, that you need to heed. Liable to come any time after the first week if it becomes of a non-smoker, but maybe 25 years after you've developed a new lease on life. There will come a time of probability when you least expect it that you'll think it's okay to have just one cigarette. Couldn't happen when you're socializing with a friend, getting on the dance, going out dancing, eating at fancy restaurants, simply smelling a smoke of a cigarette or whatever. So let's say you have the cigarette fine in a very short time, you're back to full swing smoking that you've just never stopped. What happened in nicotine is one cigarette went right to those ACH receptors, which talked about earlier. Your addiction said, you see, the addiction never occurred there. That's just controlled by providing the body with a drug choice. And your nervous system is what's more less control here. It can tell time, doesn't know if you're weak on one or being a non-smoker. You're in your 25th year without a cigarette. Taking nicotine into your system, even after 25 years, would immediately start with a physical addiction again. So important thing to keep in mind is that the urge is a psychological one, it's not a physical one. How do you handle the urge? Because you're able to recognize the urge psychologically and not physical. You'll be able to stop it and ask yourself, do I really want to smoke that cigarette? The answer should be resounding no. Why do you want to go back to nagging, coughing, accompanied with smoking, smell of smoke in your clothes, your house, your car? And you're only thinking about your money you saved with not smoking, the fact that you won't ever again have the empty purse or pockets looking for lighters or matches. Sometime back in the bed, made your choice to a non-smoker hurt back and review the reason. In fact, reviewing those all important reasons will allow to remain non-smokers for the rest of your life. One final note: as first you feel out of place because you made a choice to become a non-smoker, but because you really don't know how to act. It's been so long since you were a non-smoker, but this doesn't mean you have to be asocial. Current figures indicate 25% of the adult population of the country are smokers. You'll begin joining a good crowd, 75% of the non-smokers. So hang in there, socialize at first with your first non-smoking buddies, branch out and enjoy yourself with other friends. Unlike the situation you were a smoker, there's not a single social event that you can't attend involved because you're a non-smoker. The more you enjoy life as a non-smoker, the more you want to stay with it, so enjoy your new life. Reasons worksheet.